Hey, everybody. You're listening to a Page Screen and Beyond podcast. If you like this kind of content, you can find us at Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube.
Yeah, I lost track of where we were. So. What were we talking
All right, well,
about?
let's.
Oh, yeah, that zombie.
Oh, Days Gone. So, yeah. So
I haven't seen the most recent trailer, but I watched.
Yeah, I could bring it up.
I watched X and Trinka do a reaction because they were watching it on the other side of the room from me.
Sure.
With the phone pointed away from me.
Oh, well, we can definitely pull that up. Because I remember seeing, like, the original trailer of it at E3 and having it. I thought it looked like DayZ knockoff at first, but the more like gameplay and like story that I keep seeing.
I saw the gameplay on it. It's nothing like that. It's so much more polished. It looks nicer.
It looks so much better than I thought it was going to look, and yeah, my roommate sneezes really loud.
All the time.
Oh shit! Excuse me. Let's see if we can get this right. Well, don't want to keep playing that and get a knock on our fucking. I mean, we also aren't monetized, so we can't really get knocked yet, technically. So for anyone out there who would like to be a sponsor of Page Screen and Beyond, do let me know. You can reach me at PageScreen, or what's the email we're using? I forget. PageScreenBeyond@gmail.com. Yeah, that's the one. And we'll be in contact. Let's pull up this Days Gone trailer. Excuse me?
Talk normal.
I am talking normal.
No.
You're talking normal.
No.
You're not talking normal.
Talk like you're talking to me. Talk like you're talking every day. Your voice is doing this, and you don't really know that you're doing this, but you're really doing this. So when you say it, be like, hey.
Well, yeah, when I want to, like, do a thing to, like, talk to advertisers, I'm like, hey, everybody, if you would like to do this.
Literally, when you're doing advertising, John, same thing. Just come in it with energy. Like, how do I describe it? Think about something, like, it sounds stupid. Think about something you really, really like, that you really like talking about, and that is your optimum voice to sell an advertisement. And that's verbatim what I was told. You don't want to sound like that. Because otherwise, you're just, anybody can do that. It's hacky.
Well, yeah, I know. That's the point.
Unless you're trying,
that's the idea.
That's like the point of it.
That's the shtick. Yeah. Otherwise, I just talk shit.
Well, I mean, if you want,
like, the only time I actually do this, hey, everybody, what's going on? My name is John Tubbs. Like, that's...
You shouldn't do that.
Yeah, I know. No. I don't. I do it to be funny. It is a serious thing. Hey, at least I don't do vocal fray.
What is that?
Hi, everybody. Would you like to do, like, oh my god.
That's the woman version of fucking puking. There are worse things you can do in the radio business other than puking on the mic. But, like...
Very true.
When a woman pukes on the mic, there's nothing worse. There's absolutely nothing worse. Like, that fucking chick that's on 93X in the morning, Trista.
Yeah.
When she's putting it on thick, I want to slap that bitch in the mouth. because I know you're not. I know you don't fucking talk like that. And if you do talk like that, you probably are real dumb.
Yeah, bring back Allie.
I love Allie.
No, I mean Allie was good, but
Allie was a good sport.
the whole point of that situation, if you haven't figured it out yet, is they wanted people to be their punching bag.
Yeah,
Well,
I
yeah.
kind of figured that's what it was.
That's
Like,
like,
Allie-
yeah.
Very nice, but it was like obviously you're not just leaving for nothing for no reason.
Well, no, I mean,
I think she found like a boyfriend in California, maybe, and she was like, "Well, I mean, I like
No,
this
I don't
place,
think
but
so.
no."
She was very adamant about the fact that she didn't even know where she was going. She was just like, "Nah, I'm just moving."
did not know. So she didn't even have a job. She still doesn't have. From what I understand, she is working but doesn't have like a job. But like Allie was somebody before she was here. Like when she was out in California, I forget what the fuck. I want to say it's like My Chemical Romance. She fucking managed.
Oh yeah, that's
Before they
right.
were like before like their industry album came out, she was their manager.
Yeah.
Like
That's crazy.
yeah, like I worked with her. She's very good at her job, but I don't know what to tell you. It's different. It's a different thing. Like I mean, I'm not saying that it doesn't work, but like when you're Allie and you know that you've managed a fucking band when you were fucking like when you're 23 and you've managed like one of the biggest bands that were fucking playing every other day, probably don't want to take some shit from some guys like Josh and Nick as a woman
For
that's
the
in
rest
her
of your
30s.
life.
Yeah, like as
Yeah.
a woman in her 30s and everybody's telling you, hey, you've hit your pinnacle.
Yeah, that's a good
probably
point.
not going to work for her.
Yeah,
You know what I
she's
mean?
trying to move on to something better, which I totally. I totally admire her for that. That's completely like it's better than sticking to something that you hate and then just hating it.
I mean, she was good at what she like what she did. I guess like some stuff she was good, but some stuff she was bad at. Like I don't ever want.
Yeah, she didn't really
I would rather have her
add a
come
whole
in-
lot to a
I would
conversation
rather have
much.
her come in and just lay down what the fuck she was gonna say and have me put the ad together than actually have to go through and have to re-edit her ad after she did it.
Yeah.
Don't want to do that because it's just gonna be a bigger pain.
When buying a car, knowing someone's looking out for you feels
But like
great.
some
That's
people are
why
And
Great, now we've got an ad.
son of a bitch.
Hope we're getting monetized for that one.
Advertisements. So yeah, Days Gone. I'm interested to see what they do with like the motorcycle element of it because like that's gonna hold all your gear and shit.
Yeah, it's like the horse in Red Dead.
Yeah,
The world of Days Gone.
You gotta take care of your bike to be able to flourish.
exactly.
Oh man,
And it's
I'm
gonna be like
love
really
this game.
open world too.
Look out at the lush valleys.
I'm just gonna love this.
You know I'm gonna like this shit.
I know you're gonna like this shit. This is pretty much like
I
fucking
haven't even
Far
seen a
Cry
trailer
with
for
a
it. I just saw
motorcycle
The game, but that was the only thing I saw. in this
with
game.
zombies.
Oh, it was Dagos.
Like ancient volcanoes. Extreme environments like lava fields and caves
Oh,
make
right.
perfect hideouts.
I think those were wolves.
Yeah, they were.
Camps are dangerous because they're
Do you think they're not zombie wolves? They're just regular wolves?
Probably zombies.
They might be infected wolves too. There's definitely infected wolves.
I mean, wolves are scary enough.
Yeah.
Right.
And they got jumps and shit.
I mean, I don't know how you drive a fucking motorcycle like that. Right on.
This isn't.
I
Is this multiplayer?
think it will be.
This is the only PlayStation. Whoa, bro.
Is it only PlayStation? I thought it was Xbox too.
Good thing I've got a PlayStation.
And it's like World War Z type zombies too, where they're like they will run after you.
And
Yeah, look at them.
waves.
Just hordes. It's just crazy. I'm excited about this.
I mean, this would be fun. It would be like Dead Rising, but like Red Dead.
Yeah.
Snow in the mountains of foothills. Make the creatures even stronger and more dangerous. With 6 regions, filled with abandoned Nero checkpoints, survivor camps, choked off tunnels. Explore the world of days gone at your peril.
Dude, I'll play the hell out of that game.
Yeah, but it's only PS4.
Is it really? Damn. Only on PS4.
Time for you to make the switch.
Ah,
Time for you to make the
goddamn.
switch.
Nah, I just gotta get both. I can't. I mean, you're not gonna switch. You just gotta play both.
The pun.
Yeah, there's not enough games on
Because I would
PlayStation.
definitely switch.
I definitely already switched.
There's not enough games on PS4 to make me go, yeah.
Well, there's Last of Us, God of War.
New Last of Us. Good as
Last of Us 2 is gonna be dope as fuck. I know it because Last of Us was dope as fuck.
The
And
only one I want to play is Detroit.
Detroit,
And I haven't heard a single thing about it.
I want to invest in
I
it.
haven't played it myself, but I know it's flown under the radar because it hasn't gotten any bad reviews. So, but I haven't had a chance to play it myself. So, obviously.
I mean, it's probably...
It's one of those things nobody's like running out to get, but everybody's
Like,
interested, and I'm sure
They're
it's a
interested, and the
well-executed-
people who have played it have said good things about it. They haven't been like, no, I would never
I mean,
like buy this game again.
it's like probably
Do
very...
you blame it on marketing?
No.
Wait, what are we talking about now?
Detroit.
Like
Become
people know
Human.
it's a thing.
Yeah.
Like
It's
we're
'cause
talking,
it's their
we're talking
base,
about, but
it's
we
their
haven't.
Well,
played
it's
it.
more of a story-driven game than it is like an
And I love
action-driven
Until
game.
Dawn. I love Beyond Two Souls. I
Yeah,
love
but people,
the
that's
choose your
what I
own
mean.
adventure
The
games.
first game you should have named is LA Noire. If you're talking about
Well, yeah,
Detroit.
look,
'Cause
yeah.
that's the only game that's comparable to that, where you're like looking at actual people and you're like,
You're like
well,
determining
are they
like,
lying or are,
Yeah.
what's going on here? Where it's
and I played the
actual
LA
free
Noir,
choice,
and I did good
where
at it.
it's more of a free choice kind of thing. But like, that's the kind of game that is, and like, not a lot of people play the LA Noir.
Like they play, it's a one-time player though. It's not really like a. I mean, you could play it maybe twice if you
All
really
these
like want to try and beat it, but
most of these games are all one-time games. Like the fact that I still play Ghost Recon is pretty. That means it's probably a pretty good game because I'm pretty bored with everything because I've pretty much played it. It's either a sports game or it's fucking
oh, that's not
shooter. And like Call of Duty, they should just stop fucking making it.
gameplay.
Blackout's awesome. Are you kidding me? I fucking love Battle Royale games, and they finally have a polished one with the new Call of Duty game.
Is it?
It's
Is it good?
It's good.
I haven't had a
really enjoy
chance to
that game.
try it yet, and neither with the Battlefield one.
It's just like
If the fan base is happy, I mean, why hate a thing for working?
I mean, it's just like I don't want to play. I don't hate it. I just don't buy it.
I've put over 200 hours into the new Call of Duty.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like, if people like it, cool. Let them
But
have their
that's
thing.
what I mean though. Is like I've been playing Ghost Recon for the last 2 years. Ghost Recon's been fucking doing that already. They all ripped Ghost Recon, and really, like, they kind of did. It's like a rip off of Ghost Recon and fucking.
Ghost Recon has more of an open world element though.
Yeah, but it's all like, hey, we have 6 different regions, 4 different regions,
Yeah.
and then you gotta play the different regions to get into the center of the map or wherever it is on the map. And then they did the open world multiplayer like that, where you drop in. Like the first game that I ever played that you dropped out of a fuck. I mean, you can fly a helicopter as high as the game will allow you, and you can drop out of the helicopter.
That's what I wish they would do with Metal Gear Solid, is make it more of like a, because
And like they did it better. They did
So-
parachute dynamics better than Far Cry did. Like Far Cry's parachute dynamics pissed me off.
they were really,
Far Cry's engine is just so weird.
it's slow where it doesn't need to be, and it's fast where it shouldn't be. Like,
I think I would agree with that.
yeah, it's like you want to be going faster in the parachute and in the plane, but it's slow. It's, I mean, I get it for like a unilateral usability that everybody can like kind
Every
of.
one of their vehicles is a piece of shit to try to use.
Yeah, absolutely. Their vehicles are a joke.
I wish they would
Make
go
you
to
wanna-
third
make
person.
you wanna fucking shoot
So
somebody.
what I don't get about Far Cry is like you wear the clothing, but you don't even get to see all of it. You just see the arms.
I don't care about.
That's
any
it.
of that. I do not
Like-
care about what my
Like
guy
I wish like when you were driving, it would go to like third person so you could see your person like in the car. Like that would make sense, or in the vehicle.
I wish my guy could be naked,
Yeah.
like with a dick down to his knees. So that way, when I'm running in like multiplayer, my dick's just fucking slapping back and forth because I'm never gonna see it. Like I don't understand that either. Like, hey, they need to drop $19 on like this fucking pack so I can have like I don't understand fucking what's it called, Fortnite at all. Like people,
That's just-
the money that people are spending,
Bro.
on that,
dumbass
it's
money
insane.
on that.
You know the thing is,
Millions of
I heard-
dollars dumb.
I heard the people or like the guys who run Fortnite, they hired someone on like, or they hired a whole team that like used to be dedicated to casino gambling games.
That's all that shit is.
Yeah.
John. That's all.
I know.
They took one aspect of the cell phone games and put it into a regular game, and they were like, "Oh, this is genius."
Yeah.
And like,
It is a glorified cell phone game. It's
Yeah.
exactly. It's the
They're
whole
all
platform
turning
of cell phone
they're
games.
Yeah.
all turning into the pay to play more, pay to play more.
Yep.
Oh, do you want this jersey? Here.
Dude, I
Do you
don't
want
care
this-
if you're selling skins and people are buying them. Good for you. You're making your money. If you're paying to win, that's the shit that pisses me off.
That's that when it's
I don't
it,
care.
it
If you
should
wanna pay
only
money for
be
that-
cosmetic.
right.
Well, that's the thing.
It
It's
should
not.
only be
Tom
cosmetic.
Clancy's is, like I said, Ghost Recon's the same way. I can go through there right now and go and buy a bunch of guns right now, where I would have better guns than you could probably.
Well, I can
hate
see that- no,
They
no,
don't
no.
have that in Fortnite.
No, no,
They
I
just-
can
It's all cosmetic bullshit.
I could see doing that for the campaign,
I don't even like it at all.
but as far as multiplayer goes, then like if you play the campaign and get like a certain amount of like items, or you play certain missions that have certain amount of difficulty and get an item that you can use in multiplayer, I get that. That's cool. They did that in Halo 3, I think, a lot, where like if you did a certain achievement, you'd get like a certain type of armor. I get it. Like those type of achievements are cool. But as far as using like actual money to buy better weapons in multiplayer that improve your it's performance enhancing in gaming.
Yeah,
more or
it's
less.
basically
And
just steroids for gamers. It's
Whoever has easier access to their parents' credit card can win more.
Right. It's a joke.
And that's not how it should be. It should be fair from beginning to start, from beginning to end.
That's what has me worried about Anthem.
Anthem, I'm not too worried about because I think EA's pretty scared about pissing people off more.
They
with-
has
love-
never
Right.
given a fuck and never will give a fuck.
You don't
And
think
if
so?
people
No,
are
they
interested,
will put
they're like,
themselves out of
"Oh,
business
good,
not
I'm gonna
giving a
charge
fuck."
you every
You
week."
should go and when I go and get my EA access up again, I should show you what they do.
Yeah.
It's fucking garbage.
But the
Okay.
pay to win is strong with EA. That's
Yeah.
all they do.
I
They
gotta
just
take a piss.
Okay, so on Battlefield Hardline, I bought that for like super duper cheap with everything. Like they gave it away. They basically gave away everything you could buy because nobody's playing it.
Yeah.
Which I had it a long time ago and it was a good game and I never finished it, so I went through and played it. And that was fun. But like you go to the online, and not only is like the online like how the fuck is a game 2 years old and nobody's online playing this game?
Yeah, nobody cared about it. Nobody cared about Hardline at all.
But I mean, like, it works sometimes. Like, sometimes there's a shitload of people, and sometimes there's nothing. So, like, I don't fucking know what goes on with that. But it's like all their games are the same way. Once their game is a year or two old, they stop giving a fuck about it.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, it's just completely hacked. Like, hacked. And like, I don't ever see Xbox games being hacked anymore. And like, all the old EA games, you go online, if you can find them, dude, people are doing crazy shit on there. Like funny, stupid shit. They're just like, wow.
Well, a lot of those games you can also mod at some point, especially.
Well, dude, like that
Playing on
Hardline
PC
game, they
shit.
modded the shit out of that game because I was watching people do some. Like, I would get stuck every like third pace, and like people were like the map was still moving, and like like I could shoot people.
Well,
every third
eventually
pace.
those servers also start just like getting just inundated with just shitty people modding shit, and then eventually no one takes care of their servers, and then you got
Well, that's the whole
They wanted
thing.
me.
Yeah.
They wanted me to drop like $30 to get like 2 more slots for me to be able to get guns to use the guns that I already purchased
mm-hmm,
through the pack.
Yeah.
Through EA.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's all scam,
So,
dude.
so not only can I not use the guns that I already just bought, but like you want to make me to pay more for like imaginary slots that should fucking already be there. Because you guys sold this fucking game to me in fucking 2013 for like $70 fucking dollars and were raping me in the ass about it. Okay? Yeah. Fucking stupid. Like and goddamn video games are fucking $80 a fucking game now. Up to $160. If you really want to like make the investment in the game, like if you want all the shit, you might as well buy the fucking deluxe fucking
So the
super
sweet
video
spot would be to release a game with as much content as is humanly possible, right? And then have like 2 or 3 DLCs that you would release every 4 to 6 months down the line.
I mean,
That gives you a solid like year and a half to like get into the next game for sure.
I don't even like it. Wouldn't even.
But
fucking-
should
bro,
the,
it
I guess the
wouldn't
question
bother me.
is should DLC be paid or free? Because a lot of people want free DLC. They don't want to have to pay for DLC, and that's why they do.
Dude, what he's talking about isn't even DLC. It's something that he already paid for that he can't use because they're just fucking money grubbing fuckers.
Well, yeah, there's those types of like.
That's every EA game right now except for their sports games because they know if they piss off their sports people,
Yeah, they're
it's
dumb.
fucking over.
Oh yeah.
I'm telling you, it's fucking over for them.
And I still bet they're trying to find a way to fucking like
They,
monetize the fucking like certain players or some shit like that.
Dude, they're probably paying players to be in that game. Low key.
Oh yeah, they are.
Because like it's such a thing that like I don't even have like it's.
Did you see that
literally
they're gonna
like
have a Terry Crews skin for Mortal Kombat
Yeah, I did.
for
For
Jax?
yeah, and he was like all fucking thumbs up about it.
Yeah,
But yeah, the fucking
that I would buy.
that shit can't.
That'd be funny as fuck. There's a novelty value in DLC with the stuff like that. But yeah, I think like obviously if you purchase something and you re-download it, then yeah, you should still have access to it.
No, but all of us are on the exact same page as far as if you're willing to pay extra for something on top of what should be a good game in and of itself.
There's no reason why I can't buy a fucking video game for $60. The regular fucking video game.
Right. If you're wanting to pay extra to have something extra that's on top of it, then you should have the choice to be able to get something that doesn't affect your playing it with other people. You know what I mean? Like skins are definitely understandable.
Mhm.
Cosmetic things, or
Well,
even if it's like abilities that you can use in a single player fashion.
so you know what I would like? If you guys remember in Halo 2 when they did like they released Halo 2 and then they had a DLC on a disc. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
I'd like to see that where they sell all of this like extra shit on just an extra disc.
I'm fine with them selling it the way they're selling it, but like the fact that
Everything's
can't
not
just-
out the
I
gate.
can't just buy a fucking
Right.
game anymore. I
Yeah,
can't
that's
just
true.
Buy a video game for $60. I have to buy at least a $70 video game, which they're like, oh hey, you get fucking this for free with it. There you go.
Well, that's so.
And like
We've
it's
all-
literally
have you
not
guys heard about-
anything that
no.
costs them
So-
anything because they were gonna make that anyway. Because like when you're making a video game, you're sitting there going, hey, what can I put in this video game? So all the stuff that they put in that fucking video game was gonna be there for free anyway. and now they've realized, hey, there's so much value in this video game that some people are so fucking crazy that they will put real live money to something that doesn't exist.
Yeah, if it improves their gameplay.
But they don't have to.
They won't. They
don't
they
even
more
have to
than
sell
not,
it
Jake. They
anymore.
more than not will not pay for something unless it's children. More than not, people won't pay for something that's just cosmetic.
I paid fucking $80 for Red Dead Redemption,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't think that I used any of the shit that I got in the $80 pack that I got. And then on top of that, like when you go to the fucking online, like everything that like in the regular game where you're like, oh, making a couple dollars is fucking pretty hard. Yeah, in the online, like making like 30 cents is hard. And like shit costs like fucking double what it does in the regular game.
Well, Rockstar's famously bad for shit like that, so you'll buy their stuff just like.
Well, that's the whole thing. is
Yeah.
they want you to start putting your money into like their game, and I'm not fucking doing that.
No, fuck
No.
that.
That's
Fuck
like
that.
that's like going to the casino.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like we don't want we don't want to pay for a game that makes us pay more for it.
Yeah, that
Mhm.
makes us
So-
pay more just to play it in
Yeah.
an enjoyable fashion.
Yeah,
So
we
I'm
just
mad-
want to pay
I'm mad
the
at the
single number, whatever it is. Like, just give us everything all at once. I guess is like the. Isn't it? Like, does that what it comes down to?
Well, here's the thing. Here's what I want to know.
Is
it
like is
legal for them to even be doing that to us?
You don't have to get the
Yeah,
expansions.
yes.
You
it is
technically-
legal for them to do it because
you technically
everything that
don't
is
have
offered,
to
you
pay.
Can get if you put enough time in. So it is completely legal.
yeah,
for
that's
them
the
to
thing.
do
is like everything
Yeah, but what
is
about,
generally
like,
achievable
what about
if
the
you
stuff
play
that
long
you
enough.
can't get, like this, like you said, like the skins and stuff like that. What do you?
It's all cosmetic. It doesn't give a actual advantage to the player, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
but how do you explain like okay, so like when you can go and buy like fucking whatever pack it is, so you can have like extra but like I don't even-
Miscellaneous, whatever the game may be.
yeah, and like you buy a thing that gives you extra ammo. Like say in a first person shooter, you buy a pack that gives you extra ammo more than everybody else at the start.
Yeah, like that's gotta stop all that shit.
I
It's
agree.
all-
I was interested in that game that's still kind of in beta form, that Escape from Tarkov or whatever it is. It's a big online player game where you basically your whole thing is you go in, you collect some loot, you get out. But there are also other players there that want that same loot, so they'll gun you down when they see you.
I
But
saw something about that.
But their
Yeah.
whole thing is like the more money you pay, the more storage you have to keep this loot that you get when you go out and get it. And I'm like, well, that's bogus.
That's
It's completely bogus. It gives them
Yeah.
a clear
Yeah.
advantage for paying twice as much for the game.
yeah.
Totally.
It's bogus. Like I was looking to buy it, and then I saw that, and I was like, well, I don't want to spend $150 on this game. And I will probably end up doing it if I like it anyway, because if I like it, I'll want that more storage, and I'll just be screwed. I'm not down.
I just think it's garbage because like there's clearly they're not giving up like Red
So-
Dead, like I said, Red Dead
Mm.
for like example, Red Dead was fun to play,
Yeah.
but like
There were
for
elements.
the amount of
Yeah.
money that I paid, the online should have been a lot better.
I wouldn't
Because
even
that is
be
the
interested in Red
only
Dead
reason-
Online.
That is the only reason
A
why I
double.
bought that game, and it's fucking just like I might as well just play single player.
I would play single player. It's the only. I don't have that game yet, and I'm waiting for it to.
Did you
go
guys ever
cheaper
play-
because I'm gonna play
Are
single
you
player.
gonna play it?
Did you guys ever play
Play it?
GTA Online at all?
I did.
Any of the
when
heists or
When
anything?
there was friends, when I had friends
Yeah.
on and stuff, because then it's just like running around and just dicking around. Who cares?
Okay.
That's not a big deal.
Yeah. Well, I'm wondering, like, what's
Yeah,
the
but
draw?
people
What's the
think
draw
that
to an
people are being-
online
Well, it's
aspect
'cause
of
they're
those types of
taking it
games?
they're taking that shit onto their fucking Twitch account on YouTube, and then they're like.
Well, yeah, like I know Achievement Hunter, like they're like they do it like every week, but that's also their job.
Bro, but I'm
like
saying, how many? You only need 1,000 followers. You need 1,000 people to fucking follow you, and there's retards. There's 1,000 retards out there like fucking Tim to follow you to make you money.
true.
Sorry for saying the retards.
Kids are born every day. That's true.
But that's the thing is like there's at least 1,000 people out there willing to watch anybody do anything right now. It does not matter. You can put you taking a shit on YouTube, and 1,000 people will eventually watch you do that. So like you will eventually get paid for that, and then all you got to do is somehow create clickbait around you taking that shit and spread it around. And I guarantee you'll get more than 1,000 views on YouTube, and look at you making little fucking money on YouTube over fucking video games and shit.
Well, the thing is, you have to have sponsors.
You don't need to.
Yeah,
I know
YouTube
somebody that does
monetizes.
this actively. So what they do is they like so. You remember Buck, the dude you went to the bathroom with?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that sounds like a weird story.
Oh,
He put his face in the white stuff. It sounds gayer than it does sound cool. So
sure.
that's what he does. So he rides around on GTA and he'll like race cars and shit like that.
Yeah.
But he rolls around with like 5 or 6 people, so they like roll around like a little gang.
Yeah.
Like they just fucking like take their shit on Twitch or wherever the fuck they put it on,
Mm-hmm.
and then they put that shit on YouTube, and then they just get fucking people to follow. And then fucking Joe's girlfriend, Tiffany,
Yeah.
she fucking is like,
She just heads up the stuff and.
well, she's just like a hot Asian chick. So, but she games, like she's really good at gaming. But like you've also met Joe, so like yeah, Joe's a fucking my buddy Joe's a fucking nerd, and he also does like hardcore like fucking programming for the U of M. He could make this entire place fucking touchscreen, right down to the fucking carpet, dude. His girlfriend, all she does is live stream. She's not even fucking good at video games, okay?
She's just some Asian girl that live
She's
streams.
just a hot chick that people want to watch and be like, oh hey, ha ha ha. Like,
Dude, let's be real. If you had tits, you'd do the same thing. Like,
I-
same mindset.
Oh,
you had
100%.
tits, do the same thing. I
100%.
want to
I'd have a
stream
camera in
just for
every
the fact
room.
that maybe I could pay for my games to stream.
I'm telling
I
you
would.
right now, if I had a vagina, I would be so rich right now. I wouldn't even be anywhere close to Coates, Minnesota. I wouldn't even be thinking about it. You couldn't find me, okay?
Can't really find you right now.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. You can't find me the way it is. But like that's what people are doing, and that's why that shit continues to happen.
Yeah.
Because I can go into like Grand Theft Auto right now, and I can go and buy a Lamborghini, and they're gonna fucking make me pay for that.
Mhm.
It's gonna be like $8 real US dollars, but like, why the fuck would I pay for that?
If you're playing, well, the thing is, if you're playing every day and you have people watching you, it pays for itself.
Well, yeah, but that's the only way it makes sense.
Well, not only that, but if you're playing every day, you can use the in-game system to get enough to get that Lamborghini.
Yeah, that's true. You just have to be consistent about it. But
if you're getting paid to play the
you're
game
getting paid to
every
play,
fucking
yeah.
day, you're gonna get that anyway.
gonna
You
do
don't
it.
need
We're
to pay
talking
for
about
it.
kids. We're talking about kids that have time.
yeah,
Like we're talking about 8 to fucking 18. So that's your gap. And like your 8-year-old should not be playing fucking Grand Theft Auto.
You know, and it's all fucked up anyway because those are the people that spend the money.
I
know.
The kids are the ones that
Yeah.
spend the money.
Saying,
In.
Yo.
like, there's a huge problem, and like there's a lot of things going on that I'm not okay with because like it's making our video games fucked up.
yeah, because we're trying to appeal the most to the youngest generation.
To the most, it's like
To the
smoking
most-
cigarettes, bro. It's
yeah.
like cigarettes.
Interesting.
No,
It's
it really
fucked
is.
up what
It
they're
totally
doing.
is.
It's all just to sell to the kids. We all know that. Video games are supposed to be for kids. I mean, for us to be into video games at the age that we are now, there's like a stigma on us that's like, grow up,
Yeah.
you know? And it's
I
like,
don't think so. I think it used to be like that. Like when we were in our teens and you met somebody that was in their 30s and they were playing video games, you were like, what the fuck?
Oh, absolutely.
And I think now a lot of people play video games.
Well, back
Oh,
then
for
it was
sure.
also people
It's
playing
not as
like
much,
Tetris and
for sure.
Pac-Man and like the arcade games too.
Well, I'm seeing
like
a lot of dudes. I'm seeing a lot of dudes in like their late 30s, early 40s. They all play video games.
oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
like at the
Because
like
what the fuck are you gonna
dude,
do?
Halo still has competitions going on, and it's 30.
Yeah,
30-year-olds.
Dudes older than us.
Yeah, and they're
Dudes way
squatting
older
up
than us.
and just wrecking shit and making $500,000
And they
and
want those
splitting it
guys too
between.
because they got
each of
money
them.
now.
Yeah,
They're in the fucking money zone.
yeah, and I know for a fact that this next Halo game is going to be widely used as an esports platform. Like ESPN just got an esports channel, and they're going to be using that. I know for a fact. Like, there's no reason that they're not going to. It's going to be like the
So are
game
they just,
that esports is
doing
going to
this
jump
be-
off of.
Are they doing this to like prototype something that they're going to turn into a real sport?
Well, think about it.
Or
It's
is this just
video
like
game is heading.
unorganized chaos
well-
until they reorganize.
No. So video games are heading towards VR eventually, and that's the real like far down the line goal is going to be VR esports, because that's going to be the thing that's going to be easily like marketable, just like football. Like think about getting like two teams together playing NFL, 2019, but like in VR.
Yeah, but
They're gonna be
I
able
mean,
to
that
sell.
won't work in VR because there's a lot of resistance in that.
Well,
You can play shooting games in VR because
well,
they
yeah,
don't have the general resistance.
but I mean, like that's just like think about like the furthest thing you can think of in terms of possibility in playing any type of video game. They're gonna try and sell it
I'm saying
because
it's are they trying to set it up like okay? So think about football, okay?
Mhm.
You got fucking little.
you could
kids.
do racing for sure.
Well, I mean,
Oh,
I'm
man,
saying,
you
like,
should
are they
see my
trying to set
racing
up- Are they
setup.
trying to set up a
Yeah.
system where it's like, hey, you buy fucking like our AAA fucking pads for your kid because they're gonna do sports when they're in 5th grade or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you just keep having to buy more sports shit.
Yep.
And then like the hope is that they go pro. Is that where they're going with this?
Yeah,
Is that what they
totally.
fucking
Oh
want?
my god,
Like,
dude.
I just don't
like,
understand.
There are
why-
parents already like starting their kids off on like as soon as they're born, they're playing video games because they want them to be in esports.
That's wild.
I've seen it. There's
Dude,
there's a
esports
there's a
would be-
Reddit for it. I'm pretty sure.
Like I
esports babies.
I would
it probably
love to
exists.
be like good enough to be in esports, but that's a tough life, man. They can't,
Yeah.
you can't
no.
waver. You can't like take a day off and play in the game that you're good at, or you're fucked. Like you can't. fuck
Like
with
you
that muscle
can,
memory.
like you can, but like you have to be like a prodigy.
What do you mean? Some people are just gonna.
Yeah, some people are very good at
Some
it.
people
I
are
don't
just
know,
good
it's
at
like-
it. But
but
have you seen the
it's
people
like-
that are so good at it?
It's like
You
when-
can't
It's like
fuck
doing
with
what
them.
I do, bro.
Have you seen the guys playing like
If you don't fight every day, if you don't fight, if you
what's
don't
that
have-
game?
Contact.
Starve.
It's bad.
What's that game that's really popular in like not Korea?
Counter-Strike.
No, not Counter Strike. It's like that's.
You're talking about like the tabletop game. kinda.
No.
It's like an overview and
No, like the space one.
Space Invaders?
No, not Space Invaders.
StarCraft.
StarCraft.
Yeah, that's an overhead. view
That's what
of-
it. Yeah. I totally blanked on it.
Yeah, there's
StarCraft 2. There's whole fucking like cultures around just StarCraft in South Korea, and there's like serious money in the competitions of StarCraft. People have died playing StarCraft. I'm pretty sure.
Dude, there have been some severe
People have been
controversies.
playing StarCraft for so long that they just like stop eating and drinking, and then they just die.
There was a guy who was like towards. I think it was the.
And it's only
championship
gonna get
battle
worse.
in StarCraft in one of their little
Worse, better.
things for like $10,000 or whatever. I don't think it was a huge one, but he told the other guy that he could beat him using one hand and his foot, and he did that for the championship for like the last one, and it caused a huge like uproar.
I
in the
totally
community.
fucking believe
No,
it.
bro, he's probably practicing that shit the whole
Yeah,
Oh,
probably.
yeah.
You know he was.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't come out and say that shit. 'Cause I want to win. Fuck you, I want to win.
Right.
StarCraft
Like,
deaths.
at the end of the day, fuck you, I want to win. And I will do whatever I want to do. Like, I'm not, like...
Man dies playing
like, like, if I got somebody that's about to punch me in the face, I'm not going to try and do some real slick dick shit to you. Because I don't fucking have time for that. I want to win.
Yeah.
I'm just going to do what fucking works.
Right.
Like, for that guy to be like, hey, I'll play one-handed foot. No, dude, you've been doing that for months.
The man identified by his family name Lee started playing StarCraft on the 3rd of August. He only paused playing to go to the toilet for short periods of sleep, said the police. We presume the cause of death was heart failure stemming from exhaustion.
Yeah, because you sit and fucking drink caffeine all day.
Dude, you play yourself to death. It's insane.
Well, dude, think about it like this.
People are so addicted.
Don't move. Don't move at all.
Oh, you're moving.
All you drink.
Your heart's moving.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Don't move at all.
He was
And
probably
now
just watching
ingest-
porn.
And now ingest only fucking probably sugar and caffeine.
Yeah, you're basically just
Taurine.
like mainlining caffeine into your fucking heart.
Monster energy drinks.
Yeah, tell me that your blood pressure is going to be okay. It's not going to be.
Not only that, but you're not getting any sleep because you're
Yeah.
just gonna
Oh,
keep
yeah.
drinking that caffeine. Which means
Exactly.
you're completely exhausted and your heart's still just fucking pounding
Yeah.
a million beats per second. Just crazy. Crazy.
Probably doing all the Adderall you can.
Dude, that's like what's funny is like that shit doesn't do that to me. Like, you know how much Adderall I gotta take for that shit to do that to me?
Well, I have ADD. It makes me more like a normal person than
I
it
don't
does.
fucking take it. I have prescribed it and I don't want to take it. Why would I want to take it?
Right.
So I can fucking be fucking bored all goddamn day?
No, that's what it was. Like, I had plenty of... They put me on Ritalin. I wasn't on Adderall, but they put me on Ritalin, and I was like, I feel like a zombie. Like, it's like, there's nothing good that's going on right now. Like, yeah,
You
sure,
know,
I'm doing
buddy,
better in school, but I don't enjoy anything that I'm doing.
I'm telling you right now, if I take Adderall, like if I take my Adderall that I'm prescribed, you better get the fuck out of my way. Because, like, I'm going to be pretty outwardly aggressive instead of inwardly aggressive.
He catches his focus, and he just focuses on the anger.
Well, it's not even the anger, it's just like, why can't you fucking do that correctly?
Yeah.
Get out of my way, you're not doing this fast enough. Because I'm already like that. Like, I'm already like, if we're going to do this, let's fucking do this and do it now so we can
Be done and play some video games.
or whatever it is, bro. Like, I don't care whatever it is. I want to be doing it. Like,
So I want to get you guys' thoughts on this.
What's this? It's a hole. Just goddamn dinosaurs. Oh, it's goddamn dinosaurs.
This is a game engine demo.
what is it? What is that?
Whose? Game engine. So this isn't a game.
This is a game engine demo.
They stole the note from November 8th. The very beginning of that was exactly the same note.
What?
When you showed the helmet,
Yeah.
that piano noise,
Yeah.
I don't know if they planned that or not, but it's exactly the same note.
Games play best on Xbox One.
Go back and hear it.
So yeah, so Halo Infinite is Halo 6. And I guess the idea is that you're going to be able to traverse the whole ring as an open world. In the campaign.
Yeah, but how are they? So the whole thing is that you're going to be on your own exploring
The ring.
the planet.
The ring.
I'm down with that. But it's going to be third person or is it going to be
No. You're going to be first person Master Chief. Fucking shit up.
Bro, I'm telling you.
And there's going to be animals.
When he shows the helmet and it makes that piano noise, think about it. You'll hear it. And it'll be like, you fucking piece of shit.
Fucking dinosaurs. Well, that's the thing. So, apparently, this ring is called Zeta Halo. Like in the story, there's like a lot of different. There's like 7 different rings or something like that. 7 or 8 different rings. And this one is the first one that was built. And this one was apparently populated with human life. And the only one out of all of them that was populated with human life. And apparently, like, there's, like, human-like or Earth-like animals that inhabit the whole planet. So that's why you see, like, the rhino, bison type stuff. So those different, like, beam emitters would be, like, bases that you could explore throughout the whole ring.
It's risky business
I know.
because
Fucking good, bro.
I think it's like that's what we've really always wanted. And they built a whole new like gaming engine for the game.
Games play best on Xbox One.
Even if they got it, I don't understand why they can't. If they're worried about the shit being too big, why don't they start small and just go big? And be like, hey, we're going to add this for free later, and then we're all sitting there and go, well, shit, nobody's giving us shit for free. Because they want to make the shit work, but they'd rather sell it to us, I guess.
Yeah.
well, they have to do the work. I mean, there is something to be said about how much work goes into something like this.
Well, they've been working on it for like since before Halo 5 was released. Like they've been working on it. So they've had like over probably 8 to 10 years to work on this. So hopefully it'll be good. What else do we got?
If I can do some fucking...
Oh, Metro Exodus. A new trailer for that came out. How do you guys feel about Metro?
Everything I've seen from Metro looks good. I just don't know if I'm gonna be able to pick it up and play it, having not played the others. But
No, I don't. I don't think you'll have to play the other ones to play this one. I think this one's like a whole new game on its own, really.
I would
Like-
hope that if they're
Self-contained
making
story.
one
Yeah,
right
just
now,
its
they
own
should
self
start the
thing.
story like right now. They shouldn't try and play off what was already out there. 'cause
No.
how expansive is the story?
I think it would
Is the-
confuse too many people just picking up the game in general. Then they'd have to go back and play the other one, and it would just. I think it would make too many people pissed off.
Keegan's gonna fall asleep.
Don't fall asleep, Keegan.
it's definitely very comfortable.
I know, right?
That Halo demo music just kind of lulled me.
Yo, for real. That was the first thing they showed at the last E3, though. and I'm well here. So Halo 2013 trailer. Do you guys remember the 2013 trailer at all?
I don't pay attention to Halo because I've never owned an Xbox.
Oh, okay, that's right. You play PlayStation.
He's like, because fuck.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm
Because
at.
Xbox for fucking games. That's what he said.
Me and Tubbs have like the exact opposites in technology. He's like super Apple, and I'm like fuck Apple. He's Xbox, and I'm like nah.
Nah, man, PlayStation for life.
They have their applications. Like, I don't know, man.
No, I'm just a hater. Is all that it is. It's not him. It's not what's right or wrong. It's just that I hate on things a lot.
Oh shit, you'd be standing on a cliff while that's fucking happening. Like, just looking at that. Oh, hey,
Not if that's what you're looking for.
I don't give a fuck, bro. That looked like a lot of debris falling off that motherfucker at a high rate of speed.
This looks way more Destiny than Halo, though. Before the
Well, that's the
reveal.
thing is, I think they're going to make the next Halo a bit more like Destiny, in that it's like so if you look at the shadow, there's apparently like a 6 in the shadow. So that was a trailer. That wasn't a trailer for Halo 4. A lot of people thought that was a trailer for Halo 4. And that's like just a trailer for what 343 was going to do with Halo.
Okay.
So it wasn't like they never said it was a trailer for Halo 4. So technically,
So you think that that's just
the place he is in this trailer is on the ring that you saw in the other trailer.
Dope.
So there's like theories that
they've been working on this shit for a long time?
since the beginning, and they just like Halo 4 and 5 were just like games that Bungie had like pretty much worked on and like finished, and they let 343 take the hold of, and that this is the game that they've been like creating an engine for since the beginning, since 343 split from Bungie. And now
Didn't 343 try to get rid of Master Chief though?
no, well what they did is they just introduced a new side character so that they would be able to use him in the fight against Cortana in the next game.
Oh,
Because-
so they just needed to build up this character to have somebody else that is also relevant.
That is
in
also relevant
the
and
Master
like
Chief
You
is
gotta
the
make
only
our
one.
side dish better than your main dish.
yeah, so
Not gonna happen.
so they needed they well the thing
He looked up. He's like, well, I know a couple side dishes.
I think they needed so Cortana is essentially like become God at this point after Halo 5. So they're going to need to fight on multiple different planets and multiple different places at once. So I think what Halo 4 and 5 were like, well, Halo 4 was the losing of Cortana and like seeing her die and whatever else. And then 5 was to introduce like the event, like the new Avengers, but in Halo, so that they had like a squad to fight Cortana, and it wasn't just Master Chief taking on her himself.
I believe in him.
I think it's eventually just going to come down to him, but they needed like other characters to flesh out other than just like his own squad and the people that we already knew. So, and they already made like the side TV show with what's his nuts in it, and
Oh.
and then they got the TV show coming out on Showtime at the end of this year, I think. And I'm pretty sure we're going to be seeing a trailer for it at some point, probably at Super Bowl.
I'm very excited to see what
What's
Super
up?
Bowl,
Oh no!
Super Bowl trailers are.
Surviving
real
R.
thing.
Kelly.
Oh wow!
That's a real thing.
Oh
That's
no!
not a joke.
Oh!
You want to see it? It's pretty funny.
Oh my God!
That's a real thing. It's really happening.
This is a very interesting world we live in. But Steven Spielberg is apparently helping produce the Halo TV series for Showtime, so I'm hoping that'll be good.
Is it actually going to be a thing?
That is the thing. They've been working on it. It's just been like no one's been paying attention because everyone like doesn't like Halo, so they're like, fuck it.
No, it's just like, dude, that's just what I'm saying. It's just like Call of Duty. Like, a lot of people have the same mindset. I've fucking played like this game like 6 or 7 times. I bought this 6 or 7 times. So like, I've paid this company.
Well, yeah, but Halo's been
$500.
like really good about not putting a game out every fucking year.
I'm cool. I'm not saying
They
that
might do it like every 3 years, but
I'm
it's not
saying that, like,
every
you
fucking
keep buying
year.
the same game, and it's kind of like it's the same game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's a lot of the
It's
complaint.
Just like
Well,
Madden. It's
so-
just like Madden. I'm guilty of it. I'm guilty of it just like
Well,
everybody else is.
so one of the things that 343 has been doing is they've been really paying attention to people's YouTube channels talking about like their game because they want to see the customers' reaction and what they want in the next game. So they've been really like paying the fuck attention to YouTube and what people are really looking for.
Like I said, I would buy an open world Halo game just because it's not okay. It's just like playing.
It's not an A to B anymore. Like with what one
I'm
of the
not on a
things.
track, just shooting.
Yeah, one of the things that I saw a video the other day of one of the people who's working on the game. They were talking about one of the like draws of the first game was in the first part of the campaign, like you crash land on the ring and you immediately have to go find and help the Marines like on the ring. And then you find yourself fighting off, an enemy force. And they wanted to essentially take that idea and turn it into like a whole game.
I buy it.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Because that's the draw that like people really liked was like A, the mystery, B, like the saving of your fellow man, and C, the fighting off of like an almost unstoppable force.
You see how I play video games like this.
Yeah.
Very nasty and aggressive. So like he's playing Metal Gear Solid, and he's like, I don't know what we were doing, but like.
Well, I was being real sneaky and like just putting everybody to
playing it
sleep.
the way you're supposed to play.
Putting
it.
everybody to sleep. Yeah.
Oh, I walked in, I put everybody away, bro. I locked him up, bro. It was over with, and he was like, "What the fuck?" And I'm like, he's like, "This wasn't even really a base." And I'm like, "Well, why did I just kill 30 fucking guys then?" Like, this is stupid. And like, I
Is
wish
that
they
the
would-
new one? The newest one?
Yeah, it was fun to play. I'm gonna download.
Yeah,
that one.
5.
I didn't
Yeah.
like that game.
It's
because
fun
I
it's
because I
campy.
haven't played the original ones that much, I liked it.
It's one of my favorite series of games, and that's why I don't like it.
Yeah.
The
And that's why I think I do.
The
is
story
because I never played
in
the
the
other ones.
games until that one was really awesome and really easy to follow. But now that you're like dropping in at random times doing random little ass missions, it's like I don't care.
I just thought it was fun because you could just pick up and play whatever fucking. The controls were kind of hard to figure out once you got to a certain point where I was like, I don't want to play this anymore. I don't know any of the controls.
I mean, it's still fun to play, but I like to play sneaky, so I would have been
How did
playing
we
it.
end up talking about exactly the same thing we were talking about the other day? We want less games. Like, I wish Mortal Kombat would come out with a game where it was like you have 6 people you can choose from, and it's open world, and you walk around and do Mortal Kombat. You run into people, you gotta fight people.
It would destroy Mortal Kombat to not have a side-scrolling Mortal Kombat.
Well, you can do the side-scrolling part, but make another part of it where it's open world, where you can walk around.
So if I'm
How
gonna,
did you feel about Shaolin
Make it like
Monks?
Destiny,
Never
where
played it.
there's like an online part where you can walk
there
around
is-
as a
it's on
character that you
the
can build
Xbox,
up
you can
and then
download it.
fight people in an
There's-
open world setting.
Because that's kind of like an open
And then it
world
takes you
beat 'em
to
up
a side
where
scroll.
you could
That would be an interesting version.
I'd
it
partner
would be like
up
a
with a
Final
buddy,
Fantasy,
and there's
Yeah.
talks that they could be
where
bringing
it
something
just,
like that
puts you
back in
into the fight
MK9.
once
We
you
have
come
the break
across
or
the people.
Yeah.
MK11.
I'd be
Yeah.
cool
Well, I
with
mean,
I'd
it
be
could
cool
be
with
like
that.
it could be kind of like For Honor, I guess. They could set it up like For Honor. That was
Yeah.
kinda fun to play.
That was fine.
I mean, Rise was kind of like the beginning of that, but For Honor kind of took that to a whole different level. And
For
it
Honor
fun
was
to play.
really fun to play.
It was
It
fun to
was-
play, but I mean, like, the beginning of that story sucked ass. Everything they wanted me to do to set that game up fucking annoyed me.
Well, it's such a different gameplay. They had to really walk you through it. It's they didn't like give you a chance to be like, no, dude, I understand how to play video games. So
Yeah.
chill
Yeah.
out.
It was,
Oh shit.
I mean, that's totally old school Mortal Kombat. right?
Yeah, that's what I like about this new one is that they're really bringing back a lot of the old school elements.
And still making it feel so entirely new. Because it was
Yeah.
very divisive from the people that went to the event and got to play it. As far as enhanced moves isn't R2 anymore. You have to do the special move and then a different either hold a button or press a combination of buttons to enhance the special move. And they have like, which I really like with the vertical and horizontal meter burn, because the vertical one is defensive and the horizontal one is offensive.
I
Sure.
remember all
So-
that shit. 'Cause that's
This
like 30
is
combos, bro.
this
It's like, you're like up, down, left, right, fucking whatever the fuck.
dude. This is his wheelhouse,
I
man. These
would
side
like you
scroller
to
games
get back
are
to
the
just
side
fucking
scrollers,
crazy,
yeah.
dude. He's
The
so
R2
good.
thing totally makes sense because it's gonna cause a big gap in like people being able to just pick it up and play as any
And just
character.
Yeah, you
yeah.
can't button mash on this shit no more.
Right.
Button mash is
Yeah,
no.
you have to
Well,
know
I
what
mean,
the fuck
in
you're
the
doing.
in the era that we're in, with customizing down to like they have the variations that are like the studio and developers deciding these are the 3 main variations that you should be playing with.
And
but
then
you
you
can
can
make-
customize
You
your
can
own
make
shit.
your own variation and play however the hell you want to. So, I mean, yeah, there's going to be player gaps from the people that know it so much that they plan each special move that they have. But
Yeah.
there's still going to be casual gameplay because, like you guys have been saying, this is Mortal Kombat. You can still do what you know Scorpion's going to do, back forward, square, or, X.
Yeah, a quick look at the combo list, and you're like, okay,
Yeah,
I
you're
got
like
the
you get a
basics.
you get a good idea of like what the base like moves are.
I think it would be fun to see this game go farther than side scrolling because it's just like there's a lot of fucking storyline to all these characters now,
The lore is what gets me.
and it's just like all we do is side scroll.
I'm glad they brought it back to the side scroll. I mean, it's nice if they have
Like
the
you still have the
variation,
cutscenes,
go back and
but
forth between different types of games.
yeah,
But this is what started it, and I'm glad that they fine-tuned it to
So
such
if you could walk
high
around,
degree.
and you can get as soon as you engage in battle, it goes to side scroll. You'd be okay with that.
Yeah, like conquest
That
modes
would
have
be-
always been
that
done.
would be
I
awesome.
loved
That's what
the
Tim's
conquest
talking
mode.
about. Yeah.
And if you did a conquest mode and even brought it to an online capacity, where it's like you can have the online multiplayer be a conquest style arena where you're walking around this immersive environment and you bump into other people and it goes to the side scrolling fight with other people.
yeah.
I mean,
I'd
even
totally
if they
do that.
made this shit like fucking Mario, bro. Make it like fucking Mario, or like the old school, like the old school Street Fighter, where you're just fucking side scrolling the whole fucking time.
Yeah.
But
I would be interested
the
in
side
something
scroll
like
is
that,
so
too.
expansive with all the different things you can do because it is a side scroll.
Yeah.
Like you kind of need it to be that way.
You can make a limited world though, where you can have like, say like 3 or 4 different regions that are like small worlds that you can traverse, right?
I'm cool with it, but as soon as you start fighting, it should be a side.
It
scroller.
should be side scroller. Yeah.
It's just the way the
That's a
game is
new one?
made. It's
That's a new one they put out?
Yeah.
I was going to say, I was like, the old one, it was Red Blood.
Well, that dude has blue blood.
Yeah,
The
that's...
dude Geras, he's like a new character. That dude, yeah. So we can go back.
Was he like Black fucking Sub-Zero?
Yeah, he's like a Time Lord of some kind.
This nigga said a Time Lord.
he's the doctor.
I'm a Time Lord.
Sounds goofy, but that's what the Mortal Kombat lore has gotten to at this point. Mortal Kombat 9 hitting the reset button.
Bro,
The thing is, all these
I want to be the
characters-
guy in the room that looks his boss in the face and says, "Hey, this guy's a fucking Time Lord, okay? I just want to be there for that."
Oh, bringing Scarlet back though.
Yeah, I was excited to see her. I just like the idea of like sucking the blood out of people and turning it into
Jesus
weapons.
Christ, he said, I was excited to see her. He's like, I just like to see that bitch suck something. That was pretty dope.
I like that they brought back shooting elements.
I mean, like I said, I wish I wish
That is so
Injustice
great.
League was like a full game. I wish in Justice League you could walk around and fly around and shit. Now it is a side scroll. It's just like there's so much storyline to it.
What game was that where it was like that? It was like DC Universe.
Yeah, that's Justice League
Yeah,
or League of Injustice.
League of. I'm trying to remember what it was called, but yeah, where you could walk around, and it was like an open world city.
Are you talking about the online one?
Yeah,
It was kind of bogus.
it was bogus, but like adapt and improve. And I like that they're going back to like the bright yellow and black color combo. That's pretty classic.
Noober, I'm not playing.
You sound like Trinka.
Is it Noob too?
Huh?
Is he on Noob Stick too?
Yeah,
What's Noobstick?
the character noob.
Noob is a character that wasn't supposed to be in the game, kind of. I'm not gonna be able to explain it very well.
I'll bring up the video.
Boom to bias backwards.
Yeah. Is this an ad?
Out in the dark.
I can't tell. Oh, this is just a long video. Oh my god.
Okay, you find the video?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go make sure. That...
Full story of Noob Sci-Fi. That's probably the one.
We'll be continuing our series on Mortal Kombat characters ahead of the 11th game's release.
Pause that. Okay, we've been going for about an hour now, so probably do a few more minutes. And...
Yeah, I don't even remember
Lock her
what
up.
we really have talked about, to be honest with you.
Right? It just
It's
kind of
just-
flies by,
Yeah,
right?
you just kind of do it.
Yeah. As far as comics go, though, what did I see the other day?
Man, I like this down.
But yeah, if we ever want to record here, this is probably the spot to do it. Otherwise, I do have like a front room we could turn into like an office space if we want like a desk type setup. Here, I'll just pause this real quick. All right, and we're back. Did Jake just leave though? Fuck, he's probably leaving. Fuck him.
Is he gonna be able to get out? I don't know if I'm behind that.
Yeah, he'll probably be able to get out. maybe.
So, if you could, at this point, with the people that have been, you say noob or bust, John, do you have a make or break character that would be your main?
God damn, I don't know now because with like all the crazy shit that they're adding to it, I don't know if like Shenji is gonna be like my viable go-to anymore.
Or if Kenji's even going to be
Or
in it.
Kenji, yeah, Shinji. Kenji. Yeah, he might not even be in there. It might just be his son.
Noob probably won't be there.
Noob might.
Noob's looking more likely.
He's
than
gonna
you
be in the
think.
roster, I think, but I don't think he'll be in the campaign much.
Oh, he should be. It should be all about Noob.
He's that good off.
He's just the most interesting idea.
So, I'll look him up later on.
The NetherRealm continuity comprises all games or materials developed by the recently established NetherRealm Studios.
Well, he was like a shadow character that like showed up.
With Mortal Kombat 11 set to be the newest release in this continuity. Noob Saibot is not actually the original name of Noob Saibot. His real name,
Bihan.
his first name is Bihan. He was once a Chinese martial artist who belonged to a clan called the Lin Kuei. Noob Saibot is also the first alternate name that Bihan has assumed. He's also gone by another name that you might find familiar, Sub-Zero. He enters the first Mortal Kombat tournament in either continuity with different motivations depending on that continuity. But in either case, Bihan as Sub-Zero is slain by Scorpion. However, Noob Saibot comes to exist when Bihan is reborn as a villainous version of who he once was. We'll go ahead and establish the character's path through both continuities, starting with the Midway continuity. Bihan is the playable protagonist of the Mortal Kombat Mythology Sub-Zero game, a prequel title to the rest of the Midway Mortal Kombat games. He is hired by the evil sorcerer Quan Chi to retrieve a scroll, and along the way crosses paths with Scorpion. Scorpion is a member of the rival martial arts clan known as the Shirai Ryu, and the bearer
So you're
of
saying
the
this
first
guy's
and
cooler?
Ashen
This guy's cooler than
Bihan
smoke
kills
and
the
fucking like
first of two encounters
fucking
in the game.
robot smoke.
Smoke's cool, the cyborgs are dope.
Cyborgs are dope,
Oh, I forgot about cyborgs.
but Noob Saibot is he's like a dark Sub-Zero.
However, that amulet belonged to Shinnok.
That's what smoke was.
Until just as Bihan
He was made of
is
smoke,
retrieved,
dude.
at which point Quan Chi takes it for himself, and it is revealed that the amulet.
Yeah,
belongs
Noob's
to
gimmick is
Shinnok.
teleporting
This would result in
and
mass destruction
duplicating.
because
Like he can throw a version of shadow silhouette version of himself at you.
Take back the amulet from Quan Chi to avert catastrophe. Bihan defeats but doesn't kill an undead Scorpion and kills two of Quan Chi's underlings while sparing a third.
Where do I
named
find
Serena.
these videos? That
Bihan
look like
later
porn?
encounters Quan Chi.
Cutscenes from Sub-Zero mythologies. Spin-off game.
Bihan then fights against Quan Chi.
You mean Mortal Kombat?
That looks straight out of the porno, bro.
Raiden later tells Bihan that it is correct that his mortality was maintained only due to the evil existence
Mortal
of his soul,
Kombat
but that Bihan
Analation.
controlled his destiny.
Like that guy don't look like Raiden.
Anybody? Nothing? Nothing? Is that a good sequel? Nothing? Alright, good. That's what I thought.
A dark fate, also known as becoming Noob Saibot. This transformation comes to pass as Bihan enters the first Mortal Kombat tournament, still existing as Sub-Zero, originally tasked with killing another evil sorcerer named Shang Tsung. Outside of and after the tournament, Bihan encounters Scorpion, another participant and a past acquaintance. Scorpion immolates Bihan, and thus he's reincarnated as Noob Saibot by Quan Chi. As Noob Saibot, his primary allegiances are now to the evil Shinnok and Quan Chi.
So it's
By the
basically
time of
Scorpion.
Mortal Kombat 3, Noob Saibot also forms a secondary allegiance to Shao Kahn,
Yep,
who is
Sub-Zero
later defeated by the
equivalent.
end of the game. The conclusion of Mortal Kombat 4 sees Shinnok defeated again by the heroes. By the time of Mortal Kombat Deception, Noob
I don't
Saibot is
remember that
without a
guy at
master,
all.
but he then endeavors to
Shinnok?
use power for himself
Yeah.
to create a legion of cybernetic warriors. His plan starting with the rebooting of the cyborg Smoke. In Deception, Noob Saibot and Smoke are spotted by Kuai Liang, who assumed the name Sub-Zero since Bihan's death starting with Mortal Kombat 2. This Sub-Zero is accompanied by Serena, the warrior Bihan had once spared. 2 versus 1, Noob Saibot and Smoke overpower Sub-Zero, and it is prior to this fight that Kuai Liang learns that Noob Saibot is the evil reincarnation of Bi-Han, his older brother. While Noob Saibot and Smoke were winning against Sub-Zero, Serena later intervenes, with the evil duo later retreating from the fight. In Mortal Kombat Armageddon, Noob Saibot and Smoke both attack the Lin Kuei headquarters with the purpose of defeating Sub-Zero.
All right, sounds good.
Text me if you want me to bring back.
Okay.
Sub-Zero
try to
purify the 2 warriors' souls. Sub-Zero succeeded with Smoke, roughly unsuccessful with Noob Saibot.
Sometime before it becomes
closed Armageddon, Noob Saibot fights on the side of evil.
I had pizza, so I think I'm good. I don't really need Taco Bell at the moment.
This scene of mass bloodshed, failure for the heroes,
Sounds good.
and all-around terrorism is a course of events that Raiden seeks to address.
Yup, see ya.
One of the hero characters throughout the course of the games thus far, and is a hero character with the ability to receive visions of past and future events, though their meanings are at times incomplete to him. But this concept founds the rebooting of the Mortal Kombat franchise that is now currently active in the form of the NetherRealm continuity.
So I'm sorry, I don't think you answered about who your favorite character you want to bring back is.
Me? God damn it. I think Goro would be dope.
No, I don't think so. I think it's just Noob.
Just Noob? Just Noob. Noob for days.
You're wrong, it's Rain.
Noob all day.
The
Rain
only
is
part
going to
for-
come back because he's gonna have like probably
He's a fan favorite.
he's a fan favorite and he has some of the coolest like effects and everybody likes Purple Rain. So
I
Full
can't
roster
wait.
full of noobs. Just noob.
just Noob and only Noob. Just
Noob
a full
combat.
just a full game of noobs fighting
his
each other.
silhouette,
What's the Rick and Morty Chad Michael Douglas or whatever? Forget what it is. We need Chad Michael Murray. Got 4 Chad Michael Murrays. No, yeah, I think Goro would be cool to see, just to see him like rip people apart with 4 arms.
He was in X's pre-order.
Really? Shit.
Yeah, do you have X? Is it?
Oh, yeah.
You don't have XL though, do you?
I don't have XL. I just have X.
I was gonna say
It's over on the
Goro's
Xbox.
Definitely a part of the XL.
Yeah. So, well, I think he's gonna be in the main roster. I think he's gonna be one of the first characters that they like bring back in the campaign. Actually, I don't know why, but I just have a like gut feeling that we're gonna see him in the campaign like first. I don't know why. Just my gut feeling.
I have
But,
no problem with the return of Shao Kahn's.
Other than that, Shao Kahn's in the DLC. I want to see another type of alien. As weird as it is, I want to see Alien in it again, and I want to see Spawn. That's all I want to see.
Ghost characters.
That's really all I want to see. Because whoever else is gonna be in it, I'm gonna be like, okay, yeah, like awesome, let's do it. Because I know, like from what I've seen so far, each of the attacks are like they're unique to each fighter. There's no fighter that I can tell that has like the same type of fighting
Gimmick.
style and the same type of like effect when they get hit. Like from what I can see, like Garrus has like the blue blood, so I know that they're taking, and the blue brain for that matter. So like I know they're looking at detail in the actual graphics of it. So I know that they're looking at like detail in the story. So that's what I'm most excited for, is like the detail in each of the differences of each of the characters.
Yeah, vast roster would be dope.
Yeah.
I mean, 25.
I know they're going to
with
bring in a
6
bunch of new
DLC.
characters.
26 if we're counting Shao Kahn, because I don't think Shao Kahn's going to be part of that 25 character select screen we saw.
Yeah. And I know each character is going to have like different variations of their own like
God, I can't wait
Shit.
to customize
So,
every
yeah.
one of them.
I know.
Even characters I hate, like Johnny Cage, I'm like, okay, what's the most tolerable Johnny Cage I can make?
You know, it'd be cool to see John Wick. Just the Keanu Reeves character.
If we're talking guest characters, you know who I want? Like,
that'd be great to see.
really silver, like neck and neck with Spawn. It's Pennywise. Pennywise would serve so well.
That would be
with the
great.
current
And
incarnation
I
of
would
the
definitely never play that game.
I just
Even if
that-
Noob's in it, Pennywise is in it. I'm
not doing it. Nope, not going. Just fucking over.
Fucking scary clown, man.
Because you
Pennywise
know,
with
because you
special
know,
moves and
if he
fatalities would be
wins, they're gonna
awesome.
zoom in on his face, and he's just gonna do like the eye thing. Yeah.
I just
Yep. So evil. Oh, this is the thing I saw though. In comic book news, Doctor Strange is going to be putting on the Galactus helmet. Writer Mark Waid said that Strange, outpowered and out of his element, and now tasked with preventing the World Eater from destroying the entire magic cosmos. But now Doctor Strange, number 13, Galactus, has been set loose on other dimensions and devouring other worlds, which could have been cosmically dire consequences. It's up to Strange to prevent an interdimensional disaster. No pressure.
So he has to take Galactus out to get his helmet, or he has the
Well,
helmet, which is going to
I
help him
think-
take.
I think he
Galactus
takes out
out.
Galactus and then like takes on the mantle of Galactus.
Why?
I don't know.
Why?
I don't know.
Stephen Strange, World Eater.
Yeah, no shit.
Who's new Sorcerer Supreme?
So yeah, I don't know. I just saw that in the source, so
Oh, it's awesome.
yeah, I don't know. That'll be interesting. I don't know if I'll run out to my comic book store to get it, but
So,
I'll
with the Fox
definitely take a
Disney
look at it.
merger becoming a thing. Who would you want to be a post-credit tag in Endgame?
Well, not damn. I don't. Who would I want? I want Deadpool.
Okay.
I want Deadpool. That's who I want.
And expect?
Wolverine.
Really?
New Wolverine or Hugh Jackman?
Hugh Jackman Wolverine.
I
Actually,
mean, you expect it? That would be what I would want, but I don't expect it.
That
So-
would be the only thing that brings him back to the claws is being side by side with Banner and whatever incarnation lineup we have with the Avengers. But
yeah.
that
So
is a story.
I've heard
Yeah, I
rumor.
would be surprised.
I've heard rumor that I don't want to get into too many like maybe spoilers because Josh hates spoilers, but there's rumor that because of the snap, it has set forth certain circumstances that would create mutants because it disrupted the universe. And it's like an
So mutants
untold.
are just going to start appearing now?
It's like it's like without, I guess rumor mill has it that the Infinity Stones will eventually be the source of the introduction of the mutants into the new Marvel Universe, Stage 4.
Oh, I hope that's not true. It's just wrong.
Because of the Reality Stone and so forth. And
It's one way to write their way out of it, but I feel like they could be more
it's kind of
clever.
a cop out, but also it's kind of like
There's
Yeah.
no reason, if they're going to bring mutants into it, there's no reason they shouldn't just dimension shift.
just
They
just
have
a
strengths.
different
There's
dimension.
no reason for them to
That's
overcomplicate
one
things.
theory that like they're just going to go into like a parallel dimension through use of the quantum realm,
Yeah, the quantum.
and they're just going to go into a reality that's right next to ours, but there's just mutants.
And
that's
that's a-
just like what it is.
And
That
that's
like
a great way for
and that-
having
and
Chris
then we
Evans
bring-
and Robert Downey Jr. be able to pop in and out as they want and are able, because
yeah.
you can have different dimensions that they're alive or they're thriving or struggling.
What
you can
I
leave
think
those pocket dimensions alone when you're done with the story.
Yeah, and what I think that they might go with, this is just my own theory of like what they could like crazy world scenario is that they actually make our Avengers team the Avengers for all the dimensions. and that we all and that like they go through the different dimensions collecting different tools or different things that they need to fight Thanos in our own dimension so that we can protect everyone.
Do other dimensions have their own stones? Keegan, do you know?
That's one thing I'm curious about because apparently not. Like,
But all the, I mean,
well,
all
like,
the
all
stones
of the
were in
stones-
this dimension.
well, like if you take one stone from any dimension, you take it from all of them. Is kind of like what they're fucking with. So in Infinity War, when Strange is doing his little meditation, there's thought that he was going through those 14,605 different scenarios and placing or giving different people the time stone in those different places so that they could go and use it in different dimensions through way of the quantum realm and change shit and get the different stones. And that he sent the time stone back to himself in that reality or that dimension so that he could give it to Thanos to set the snap in order. It starts getting so fucky when you when you start getting the time travel in different dimensions. Like anything
No, I
is
get it,
possible.
and they have to do it right because you can do it right, and it will make sense if you do it right.
It's so
Otherwise, it'll
crazy.
be too confusing, and
Yeah, I know, and like if I have a feeling that End Game is going to make Inception look like Child's Play.
I don't think so. They'll keep it as simple as possible.
They'll explain it as simply as possible, but it's going like the concepts of it are going to be so fucking crazy. It's gonna like I don't know.
It's gonna be a lot
it's
of
gonna be a
mumbo jumbo to explain how they're able to write
you can't just
along across multiple timelines and dimensions.
like unless you have some sort of base knowledge of quantum physics, you're not going to get what they're doing at all.
I don't know that they'll make it that complicated.
You don't think?
I don't think
I
they
don't
will.
know. It's gonna be. I think it's gonna be. Well, number one, they said that the marketing for Endgame is going to be completely different than they've done from any other movie. They're only going to show the first 20 minutes of the movie in the trailer, or any of the trailers that they're going to put out, and it's going to be like a 3.5-hour movie.
Good.
And I love that because, yes, of course. And then there was one guy, I don't know if it was like one of the directors, the producers, or the editors, or whatever, but he said, like, nobody has any idea what this movie's going to be, which means that they're going to go as far as they want to go into what they can do.
I think they're just saying we're not going to give everybody all the pieces to fucking spoil it.
Well, very true. They don't want to spoil anything, but I think
and we're
that,
not
like,
telling Tom Holland a goddamn thing ever.
I think
Mark
he was
Ruffalo.
just giving his lines, and that was it.
And they did so many takes that some of them were lying takes. So
Well,
they
that's the
can't
thing is,
spoil
like,
what he recorded
Infinity
either.
War and Endgame were both filmed at the same time, and they did apparently different scenes before other ones. Like, they didn't film the movies
They
chronologically.
gotta film like 4 fucking movies just to throw everyone
They
off onto
did.
what the actual
Like, that's the
movie is.
thing is, like, they
That's
kind of
insane.
did. Is they filmed like 4 different movies at once, so that even the actors were like, okay, this is the lines we have today. You just do the lines and, like, do the thing, and, like, everyone's kind of, like, segmented out, and, like, everyone's told, hey, don't, if you know anything, don't fucking say anything. Obviously.
Dude, could you imagine how hard that? I would fuck that up for sure. For sure.
Well, apparently Bucky has already, like, said some shit. I'm not gonna say anything, like, spoilery,
I would
but
fuck it up because you're supposed to go and talk about the movie. Like, they go on these like PR trips, these long ass
Yeah.
trips to interview with so many people.
What, you
about
can't
the
can't
movie
talk
and then
about
if
you
they've
can't
done a
fucking talk
scene
about.
and they know
Oh.
nothing about, like, the end result, then, like, they could say something that they have no idea Like, yeah, exactly. So I'm excited to see. Obviously, everyone's excited to see Endgame, and
Scared.
I'm terrified.
I'm absolutely terrified. They could fuck up everything right
Josh
here. It
was
all
talking
rides
about the
on
fact that this could potentially be the bubble of the MCU popping.
You
Yeah,
think so?
absolutely.
I think it could be with Stage
I
4
don't
because they
think
don't
that they could miss
like-
the mark that hard.
with Captain Marvel coming out as
Yeah.
like the first movie for Phase 4. I'm interested to see what they do with that movie because if that's going to be their Iron Man 1, you know what I mean? Then they better fucking pull it off.
So those are the next two, right? There's
Captain
one
Marvel,
in between,
then
right?
Endgame.
Captain Marvel and Endgame.
Yep.
And then Far From Home.
Captain Marvel's in March, Endgame in April, and then Far From Home in
Endgame's in
Yeah.
April?
yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Is it
That
in
is-
April?
That's not far. Is that true?
It's got to be April. Hold on. Avengers
Is it true?
Endgame.
Oh, it feels like
Release.
Infinity War just came out, didn't it?
Release. April 26th.
Ugh.
That day is gonna be so crazy. Because no one's gonna know what they're looking at until you go into the theater, and I'm so happy.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to like not look at my phone for like 3 days because I don't
Oh,
want to see
man.
it opening day because I'm one of those type of people.
Oh, what day is that? Is that a Friday? I feel like that's a Friday. It's
Well, you know
probably
they're doing
Friday.
the Thursday releases. So it's
March.
really the 25th, the Thursday.
April 26th. Yeah, Friday.
Yeah, so you can see it on the 25th
Oh my god.
because release dates mean nothing. I don't know what the deal is with that. It's
Yeah.
dumb.
Oh shit. Well, on that note, I think we're gonna end it here. My name is John,
Keegan.
Josh.
and the other guy was my friend Jake. This has been Page Screen and Beyond, talking about all things entertainment and crazy. And thank you for joining us. If you like this kind of content, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And we'll catch you in the next one. Thanks, guys.